kind of go through the goulet or the gauntlet of Fog, take extra turn decks here. We're going to play the Bant deck, and then we're going to play an Esper deck that has a similar premise with Amulet, Primal Amulet in it. And then we're going to play the 5-color Lich deck. And my gut says after playing the 5-color Lich deck a little bit that I think the 5-color Lich deck might actually just be a worse version of one of these other two decks. Like, just like the inconsistency of the mana and what it has going on compared to these slightly more consistent ones, I think this or the one we're going to play after this might potentially be the better iteration of like the Solitaire deck in the format as far as competitiveness goes. Deleted, big fan of the new format changes. Keep it up. Thank you for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. What about silly jank combo players? The Storm card, Epic Storm, whatever it's called, is fantastic. And I appreciate the feedback from people. So people that are subs to the channel or just people that like will watch my content a lot in general. My plan moving forward is to do 3 days at a minimum of standard a week and 2 days of modern. Obviously, I often end up streaming more than that, so like there's going to be extra bonus streams that could be varying formats on top of those, but my goal is to do a minimum 30 hours of Magic a week, with 12 of them being modern and 18 of them being standard on Arena. No, Arena is free to play once you have the cards. You do not need to constantly put money into play. Is the faint audio when you switch to another tab an issue on your end? I don't think the audio is changing. What do you think is the best Sarkhan deck in standard? I made a Boros midrange deck with Phoenix and Justice Strikes, but it feels really soft. We played our opponent is really aggressive start here. We played a, what's it called? We played a Grixis Dragons deck with Niv in it and Sarkhan that felt pretty good. Like turn 4 Niv is like kind of messed up. You played any mono white, and what are your thoughts about it? I think straight mono white is nonsense because the splash is very easy. I think the barely Boros decks have a lot of play to them. Definitely very interested in these mostly mono white decks that are like splashing red for finisher cards or like to push them up over the top. I think I might Chemister's Insight this turn, so getting hit for 9, 11, going to 3. A lot of these decks don't play when I am working on another browser tab. Your voice gets, that's an issue on your end. It's not something that I have control over. Sounds like a Twitch issue or an issue on your end. If I get like killed by lightning strike here, like I get killed by lightning strike, but I think a lot of these decks are splashing red for heroic reinforcements. That is a phenomenal draw. There is not. So the economy in Arena is a closed economy, similar to Hearthstone or other collectible card games that exist in the digital space. So you buy booster packs, and then your booster packs not only have the cards that you open in them, but every so many booster packs that you buy, you open wild cards, which allow you to get specifically the cards that you want. So we get to sit here and watch our opponents spin their tires for a minimum of 3 turns here. That's unfortunate. I really liked my Teferi. I'm going to pause and reflect for a moment. How often do you get to open the vault? Depends on how many times you open 5th copies of cards. I think I'm happy with Settle. Nah, I'm actually not. I'm just looking for card advantage here, right? Perfect. Play well, get rewarded. Oh, Teferi, why you so busted? What's the amount needed to get my green-white mid-range into today's stream? Not necessarily played next. Also put these towards green-white mid-range. So, to keep my rules fair, Alcohol, my rules are in order to cut a deck in that's not currently on my schedule, it has to get to 100 points. So, if you want to change the lineup that I have for today, you got to take a deck whatever it's currently at and put it to 100. That being said, it will likely be very close to the top once I'm done today.
Keep up the pace.
Yeah, I commented on that, Messi. I don't think so. I think I'd rather have the ops for just like more density on all my other cards that matter. Gift of Paradise is great here because I won't die to a random burn spell should they be playing it. Maybe I should have kept the other gift for that reason, but like binning to dig towards the Teferi is definitely pretty rewarding here. So I'm gonna have, this is gonna untap 2 lands, which means I'm gonna have 4 8 mana up already. So I think I could just go ahead and put this into play tapped, right? Yeah, because I can already settle the wreckage plus play Chemister's Insight, which is all I want to do. Sure. Bye, friends. Have some lands. So I haven't watched the stream in a while. How do we upvote decks to play or whatever the system is? So basically the deck queue on my site is a combination of days the deck has been waiting to be played plus the amount of dollars/bits donated for it to be played. So a deck that has 20 points, for instance, has some combination of waiting, days, and dollars donated. For subscribers, it's a minimum of $10 to add a deck to my queue. And then obviously it's going to have to wait to get up to the top or have extra money donated for it.
Our actions determine the course of this. You may regret that choice.
So at this point, back when I first got my boots to level grounds of Hooglandia, $100 got Jeff to drop everything he was doing and play your deck. Stupid inflation. Yeah, I honestly didn't think that I would get that many cuts wannabe Beetle. It was just like a bad user experience to like have someone's deck get stopped playing in the middle. Also, like on Magic Online, placing a bunch of orders right in a row with MTGO traders was like really rough. So basically, for those that are not familiar with how this deck works, at this point, we're just like waiting to start copying. Eventually, our deck is going to get so small to the point where we'll only be copies of Nexus of Fate. And then we will just sit there and loop Nexus of Fates and eventually kill them with Karn Golems. Because we will literally take infinite turns because our deck will only be those cards. Yeah, we are getting close to alting this Teferi as well. Actually, we're guaranteed to alt the Teferi, right?
No time for a break.
I'm going to down tick this card and grab...
This will aid us.
Grab my Discovery Dispersal. Actually... do I even want to cast Discovery Dispersal? I guess I do, because like I don't really care about this Conclave Tribunal. I could use Dispersal to get rid of this Tribunal and then sabotage it on the way back down. Hey, look, a Nexus of Fate. All right, so now I'll Nexus of Fate here, and this game is basically over at this point. So we'll Nexus of Fate. How does your arena content work in terms of matches played per deck? It's actually even more clean on arena. So I just do a timer on arena. So I play every deck for between 60 and 90 minutes generally. Unless it's really terrible and there's no fixing it, and then my minimum threshold is 2 matches played. But one of the upsides to playing a deck on Arena is if something feels especially rancid, I'm able to make changes to the deck that we're playing in between games. So because I'm playing on just the ladder system and not grinding through leagues where I can't make changes, I'm not locked in, which feels good. I think I'm just bringing in 2 Novas, trimming 2 Chemisters inside here. Actually, the Sabotages are probably pretty bad, right? Seems fine. I don't think I want to bring in Lyra Dawnbringer because I expect my opponent to leave in their 4 mana enchantment removal. And like planning to put Lyra into play as a blocker, and then having it die and then have us die isn't very great. Maybe Knight of Autumn is good. Knight of Autumn can stunt some of their aggression and it kills their enchantment removal. Yeah, okay, I'm going to trim 2 Chemisters inside for 2 Knight of Autumn. Talk myself into that. We'll trim a couple of these Chemister's Insights because they're kind of clunky when my opponent's trying to beat us down. Insight's like a card we want to see a couple copies of, but like... Let's have a moment of Jeff does social media, shall we? This list looks a little off. Is it special because of card selection or is it a Hoogland special? Looks a little off. Please be constructive and specific. What looks off and why? How would you change it? Why would you make those changes? I really hate the buzzword culture. Like, anybody who's worked in corporate America, like, is really used to the buzzword culture, right? Just like, I'd always love when, like, I'd ask someone what they do for a living, and then, like, they tell me their job title, and I'd be like, all right, that's nice, so, like, what do you do? It's like, if I, like, followed you around at work all day, what would I actually see you doing is what I mean when I say, what do you do? Deck needs more synergy, yep. Sounds like trickle-down economics, yep. Write words and explain thoughts, yep. Yep. I mean, it's much easier just, like, say buzzwords, right? Bye, friends. Sorry I killed your creatures. Have some lands. But, like, I think that person just commented, like, there's a very good chance that that person means well. Like, I don't think... Oh, I meant to put that on top of my deck. Sorry. That was a misclick. I should have taken the land, obviously. I don't think that person said what they said there, like, in terms of being hostile. I just feel like a lot of people have been trained in this manner that they don't actually put thought into things like that. Like, this is just, like, what they're used to other people hearing, and, like, so they just repeat it because this is what other people say. Looking for lands here. We're not going to discard one by mistake. Library. I clicked the right one, chat. Wasn't doing two things that messed it up. Haunted, thank you for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. V-Ball, oh, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month with that. Am I taking 9? Am I taking 5, going to 4? Yeah, I think I'm saving these fogs for more lethal attacks. If you followed me at work, you'd see me throwing dollars at a weird cam girl. Looking for lands, looking for lands. I mean, like, they're gonna kill me with Banefire regardless, so, like, if the opponent's playing anything close to the list we've played on stream before, they don't have Banefire in their 75. Why isn't going to 4 good? They're gonna kill me at 9 with Banefire too. Like, there's no difference between 9 and 4 in the face of Banefire. It's just, like, actually irrelevant. Hold that thought. So, I'm 1 land away from getting Nexus of Fate going here, but I don't have any card advantage going. Like, I'm just, like, activating Search for Azcanta every turn, so really, before we start Nexus of Fating, we really want a Planeswalker in play, which this is a great one here. So, you know, someone commented earlier, why are there only 3 Nexus of Fates in the deck? Well, this deck draws a lot of cards, and you basically don't want to be having Nexus of Fates until you have card advantage going. And once you have card advantage going, you're gonna find your one of your 3 copies of Nexus of Fate. How much have I spent on Arena so far? I have given Arena $1,100. It's a lot of dough. That's 1,100 tax deductible dollars. This is my job. There's no hope for a free-to-play player. That's not true. If you don't value your time, you can free-to-play just like in every game. I mean, like, come on, chat. Like, I'm open about, you know, how many subs I have here. Y'all are awesome, right? Like, I have over 2,000 subscribers at the moment. Every subscriber is like $3, $1,100. Like, you know, that's less than I make in subscriber money in a month, right? Like, it's a business expense for me. I don't expect most people will put $1,100 into this game, but for me, having all of the cards makes sense. There's 5 cards in my bin here. I think I want this Gift of Paradise. Yeah, that's true too. And that's not even, like, as somebody who did a couple of sponsored streams, that WotC gave me more than $1,100 for the couple of sponsored streams that I did. That's why there's been so many sponsored arena streams, because money! Yeah, I agree, Summer Goofy. And, like, you know, I get paid directly to play decks on here, right? Like, the way the donation queue works, people pay me money to play specific decks. This is card 7, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna bin this. Graveyard. Transform this baby. How many subs did I say I have? As of right now, with all the sub gifts, we have 2,800. So I need to just cleansing Nova here, right? What's going on, Marty? Marty is Sub Santa for people that aren't familiar with this channel. Marty is Sub Santa. Yeah, we Nova and then Knight destroy this, and then Knight will chump a Danto Vanguard this turn. What did Karn put over here before? He put a Fog over there. Yeah, I'm totally gonna go grab a Fog with him.
What was lost is now returned.
Does Sub Santa have his mandatory background check? Nah, he paid to skip that. He paid to skip the mandatory check. Thank you for your great streams, No Spoon. Thank you for the 2 months of support. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me here streaming. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for folks like you.
Please stop.
Hey, Beetle with the sub-gift roonies as well. Welcome to everybody. Alright, so this costs 7. Alright, let's plus Karn to start.
Well chosen.
I'm Jewish. Can I be sub Moses? Alright, so if I Gift of Paradise here, I'll be able to still Nexus of Fate this turn. Right, because this is 4, 5, 6, 7. And then next turn we'll get to down tick Karn, get Teferi, and then I'll have Root Snare up. So feels like this game's pretty much a lock at this point. This deck feels so much better against these aggressive decks than like the 5-Pillar Lich deck does. It's like kind of unreal. If we win this will be we'll be 1-0 for the day. This is our second time we've played this deck though, and it went really well last time we played it too. This deck feels consistently very powerful. If you're a terrible person looking to do terrible things to other terrible people, this is a great standard deck for you to consider.
Hold that thought.
What if we didn't tap my Azcanta? What if we didn't tap my Azcanta? If this Discovery finds a Nexus of Fate, we get to take an extra turn here. This deck's very good against mid-range as well, though. In my experience playing it, this deck is also very good against mid-range decks. And, like, Teferi only cost 1 mana here because he untaps 2 lands that have Gift of Paradise on them. So I get to Root Snare plus activate Azcanta this turn. Yeah, the Stream Decker overlay is quite, or the Deckmaster overlay is quite fantastic. And thank you again to Marty and Beetle. And welcome to all the new subs. All the new subs, be sure you pop into the subs Discord as well. Lots of good Magic chat going on in there. Alright, so we're like done here, right? I get like 10 looks at a Nexus of Fate. I just clicked the wrong card. Awkward. Alright, they're going away anyways. They're going away anyways. It's fine, chat. There weren't that many cards in our deck. We were going to get like 12 more looks at a Nexus of Fate. It was fine. When you clicked the wrong card, but it just didn't matter. This is a no justice stream, chat. No justice stream. There's the bits from Wannabe Beetle finally popping up with a notification. Seems great. Does this deck have any way to cast Dispersal? Yeah, Gift of Paradise. Gift of Paradise, like mana of any color. Oh, Lord. If this is a mirror, I'm not playing. I want the record to reflect that if this is a mirror match, I'm conceding. Tezzeret and Karn are how you win the game. So eventually you take all of the turns with this deck, and then once you're taking all of the turns, it doesn't matter what you win with, so long as it can put endless power and toughness into play. Think it's wise to board the Pulses out? No, I would not board Pulse of Morass out against Bird. I think I would just like leave ways in to kill it. I've seen other people playing this deck with, oh yeah, I'm just not gonna. Sorry, I noticed the other card in their graveyard, so I'm just like this match is not about to be interesting. We aim to play interesting Magic on this channel, and just like a fog beer is not about to be interesting. How are we doing, folks? Welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. In addition to playing, we look to play 30, 40, 50 hours of interesting Magic a week here on this channel. If you're new, we play a ton of Standard here on Arena. We also play some Modern on Magic Online. Basically nothing but constructed Magic happens on this channel. If you're interested in supporting my content, keeping me here day in and day out, please consider subscribing. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full time. I wouldn't be here without their support. By subscribing, you can also support myself by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. Christy and I have been sleep with Lisa for the last 4 months now and really love it. I don't think we'd ever go back. Traditional pillow top mattress. You can save $160 or more on your new mattress with them by checking out links bit.ly/HugelBedUS and bit.ly/HugelBedCA. Concession shill for life value. Well, I didn't want to go right back in the queue because we might queue into the mirror match again, so I need to give them a moment to queue. So it seemed like a good time to shill. Do you think you're really good at Magic the Gathering? Do you always find the right line? Then you're definitely going to want to check out the free Magic puzzles at PossibilityStorm.com. They have lots of difficulties ranging from beginner to expert level, and we're going to do one of their puzzles on stream later today. I think probably after the Esper Amulet deck, we're going to do one of their puzzles on stream together that I have not seen before. So we'll pull it up there. They sent it to me, and we'll take a peek and see how long it takes me to solve it. CoolStuffInc.com. Buy and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles using promo code Jeff5. You can save 5% Magic, Pokemon, Warhammer, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. And of course, BCW Supplies would love to help you protect your very valuable Magic the Gathering cards using code Jeff10 at BCWSupplies.com. You can save 10% on your orders of sleeves, deck boxes, and all sorts of other great stuff with them. All right, that's probably enough time for our previous Bantwog opponent to have found another matchup. Let's head back on in here and try and find an aggro or mid-range victim to fog out. How come it's always 4+ months with Lisa? It's not. In fact, the longer we've been sleeping with Lisa, I changed that part of the show. What are my top 3 competitive decks on Magic Arena right now? I don't know. There's so many decks that are competitive. If you want to see a bunch of sweet standard decks that we've been playing on Magic Arena, you can check out my website and click standard decks at the top. My personal favorite deck in the format right now is Blue Black Pirates that we played first today. But feels competitive and has a fun tempo game plan that I love. Show me Steel Leaf Champion, please. The weird drag the Shockland into play. It comes up here, you pick, it goes here, and then it goes back down again. It's like such this weird dance. Sweet. Hopefully they're playing a control deck. I'm really interested to see how this deck potentially plays out against control decks. Could also be the Drake deck. Likely a control. Search generally means control. I'm going to leave my lands on top here. Do all the decks you play or just the ones feel that are strong / fun? So all the ones that are on the standard decks page on my website are strong / fun, or a good mix of the two. If you want to see actually everything that I played on stream, you'll want to click the videos drop down and click standard. So the decks on the standard decks page on my website are a curated list of decks that we've played that I think are competitive and fun. Have you ever played Netrunner or Android Netrunner? Once upon a time, one of my buddies during undergrad taught me how to play Android Netrunner, but I don't remember how to play. That game recently got discontinued, right? Fantasy Flight laid it to rest. Their deck doesn't actually have that many counterspells in it, Kuntz, and usually they don't have any counterspells game 1 if they're playing the Drake's deck. Should Chemister's main phase to play around Syncopate? Maybe? That's kind of a scary one.
Let us fight! I don't need this.
No, Drake's does not play Search. Could be, yeah, looks like Grixis. Looks like Grixis Dragons. God, how does our deck ever beat Niv Mizzet? I don't know that we can ever beat the card Niv Mizzet. We have 2 copies of Nova. We do have 2 bindings on the board. That's true.
Your doom. Brilliance comes easily to me.
So every time you cast Nexus, Niv deals the damage to you. Oh, tuck it and then combo. Yeah, that's fair. If they have a fast Niv, though, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. And if this is the Grixis Dragons deck we've been playing on stream, they have 4 copies of this card. I think there's a good chance this is just unbeatable here. Post Portal have better tools, but this is the danger of playing a fog deck like this. It's definitely not going to be a good time for us here. I guess I just Nexus of Fate and dig deeper here. Just like hoping to find a Teferi. I get 4 looks at another Nexus of Fate next turn. I get Search. I'm going to graveyard that. I get a draw step. Oh, sorry, 3. This is a 3rd look.
Of course.
Perfect. So they're slowly killing Tezzeret. All right, that's a Teferi.
Cold logic will always win.
We're still not in a particularly good spot here.
You show remorse. I'll not so fast.
That's annoying, but not the end of the world. So we'll lose Tezzeret here. Actually, I'm gonna Chemister's Insight to start, because if we draw another Teferi, I'm gonna sacrifice Teferi. All right, I think that means I bin Tezzeret here. Does it? No, I'm gonna bin Teferi because I just have I have 3 more Teferis in my deck. Maybe that's wrong because Teferi generates so much mana.
I know what I'm doing.
I could see that being wrong. All right, we got that flipped.
I know how this ends.
33 cards in my deck. If I activate this, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can activate this and still cast Nexus this turn. That's unfortunate. So I'm gonna Discovery. I can Discovery and still cast Teferi this turn. Alright. So I'm gonna Gift of Paradise onto here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and play this forest. And I'm gonna Gift of Paradise onto the forest. So ramp up here a bunch. And then hopefully next turn, they're gonna get to slam this Niv back down. But then hopefully next turn I can snowball a little bit. Hey, Trubashak, thanks for continuing your sub gift. I appreciate that. What do you think is the best creature / planes combo in Jeskai control? I don't know. There's been a lot of really interesting combinations of things coming out of Jeskai recently. Oh, we could Dispersal it. That doesn't get rid of it permanently, but it does take it off the table. Dispersaling it is a good point. Yeah, Dispersaling Niv works if we're going to combo that turn. So like we can't combo through Niv, but if we can Dispersal it, that does make sense. Oh geez, so they get to kill Tezzeret here if they want. Why didn't you kill Tezzeret, friend? I feel like you're supposed to kill Tezzeret there with the Chemister's Insight. Maybe they have a counterspell here. They have a counterspell, we're pretty dead. Yeah, they have a counterspell. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, they're gonna get back my Teferi here. I'm gonna go ahead and concede this. Pretty well done at this point. Pick the promo Teferi. Sorry if I've offended you by not picking the promo Teferi. I'm sorry if you've been hurt by my selection of creature there. Alright, so I definitely want the Cleansing Novas and the Ixalan's Bindings. I want the Carnage Tyrants, I think, too. What do I want to cut here? Because I want the Negates as well. I definitely want the Cleansing Novas. I guess I can cut Tezzeret and Karn if I have Carnage Tyrant. No, I think Gift's pretty important because getting it on mana is pretty reasonable. Like, Nexus of Fate and Teferi are just, like, good cards in this matchup. No, I don't think they're going to attack with Niv too often. This card screams, I have... like, when you pass with Settle, it's often very telegraphed. I think I'm going to do this. Like, again, like, there's a lot of cards in my sideboard that look like they could be okay here, but what am I supposed to cut for them, right? Like, what cards that are currently in my deck are worse than the ones in the sideboard? I think there are clear tier 1 decks in standard. Yeah, definitely. Jeskai Control and Green-Black Mid-Range are clear tier 1 decks in standard. I don't think they're that much better than most of the other things that are going on in the format, but I think those decks are definitely the best decks in the format. Stop it. So when you draw both of them, you can have 2 planeswalkers going at once duo. It's decent. It's good against things like Ixalan's Binding too. Rude. Alright, well, since we drew... I wasn't going to Cleansing Nova here, but since I drew Ixalan's Binding to clear out a Niv if they have it, I'm just going to go ahead and play this, that way I can curve right into Carnage Tyrant here. No, I haven't really been playing green-black. We played a little bit of it. The actual answer is probably just being bigger, like playing a bunch of Carnage Tyrants, or like we played a build with Demon Lord that felt okay, but mirrors are always kind of tough. If they have Eldritch Reborn here, we feel kind of bad, but I'm just gonna go ahead and slam Carney T. Welcome to the jungle, baby. Sad. Sad. We're supposed to be Carnage, chat. There's supposed to be Carnage, and there is no Carnage. Alright, so do I want to Excellence Binding this? I actually can't hold up Sinister Sabotage here. Gosh, if I Binding this, then they like rip Niv-Miz it. I might just Teferi Plus and try and hit my blue source. I think I'm gonna Teferi Plus and try and hit my blue source. And just discard this Dispersal.
This isn't a fight. You know what? I'm not done yet.
Ding. Probably gonna Teferi tuck the Eldritch Reborn next turn before they get my Carnage Tyrant. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna hold this Glacial Fortress in my hand. Am I? This is 4. Yeah, but I've got this Chemister's Insight. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass with the Glacial Fortress in my hand, I think. It insulates me against, I guess I'm gonna counter a Nicol Bolas. Deal. Gonna do this in response. We don't draw cards. And then next turn we'll just bind this up. This is such a good answer to that. And I think I want to do this before I Nexus of Fate here.
We need to move quickly.
Another Karn ET, sign me up. You have the City's Blessing here as well now. So I have 8. This will be 9 mana, which means when I Teferi at end of turn, I'll have 11 mana, so I can Nexus with Sabotage up next turn, which is nice. They redrew the Eldest Reborn here. If they have Eldest, Land, Negate, we could be in trouble here. I think we're in a pretty favorable spot to win here. Just gonna bin anything that's not like another Nexus of Fate. Oh, you know what? This was a mistake. I should have Nexused first here, because you want as many copies of Nexus in your deck as possible when you draw a card, and Nexus shuffles itself back in. So I'm going to get a bunch of looks at Nexus of Fate here. Graveyard, transform. I get it's not a bad draw. I get to do this.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
I get 4 more looks at it here. Ding. I get 6 more looks at a Nexus of Fate next turn. There's 3 Nexus of Fates and 34 cards.
skip to the good part.
Another negate. Sure. Just want Gift of Paradise here. I think I just want Gift of Paradise here. Gift of Paradise makes Teferi much better because he starts generating 3 mana when he untaps at end of turn. So I have double negate here, so this game's probably a lock at this point. Like, we have double negate, and the real reason this game's a lock is because we got the Niv Mizzet, like, housed under the Excellence Binding here. They could loot away Niv and reanimate it, that's fair. I haven't played them yet, V-Ball. They don't really have an educated opinion on them. So I'm one short of being able to Chemister's Insight here as well. I would love a Nexus of Fate. Thank you for asking. So I'm going to Nexus of Fate before I draw anything because I want 3 Nexuses in my deck when I do this. I have double negate here. They only have 4 cards, so this Nexus should be resolving. This Teferi's getting very close to ultimating. This is a concession negate. Feels like a concession negate. Oh, that was a mistake. I tapped the Azcanta. Hey, Mr. Precision. Thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month with that. Well, I mean, the Carnage Tyrant was going to win the game eventually. Eventually, the Carnage Tyrant would win. I'm going to trip 2 Discovery. I think I like the idea of leaving the Planeswalkers in. Sure, yeah, Nexus on upkeep is technically optimal. You are correct. That way you get have the Nexus in your deck when you draw for the turn as well. This hand is more than good. It's great. Got a little bit of interaction, got a little bit of ramp. Need to draw a Planeswalker at some point. Yeah, literally anything would have won that game eventually. It's like actually didn't matter. Whoever thought Nexus being an instant was a good idea, I hope they don't work at R&D anymore. What's the kill pre-board? Karn and Tezzeret. You eventually just like get infinite turns, so it just like doesn't matter what you're killing them with. So this is more resource efficient, but like this could counter Nicol Bolas while Negate can't. I'm going to keep that. So now I'll be able to go Gift of Paradise into search for Azcanta this turn, which is pretty appealing. So let's tap these manually because I want to gift this forest. And this here, great example of why you should always leave the auto tapper on. The auto tapper wasn't going to do anything close to what I wanted it to do there, and I didn't have to turn it off to make it work. You got me. Am I bidding this Nexus of Fate? I kind of like all the cards in my hand. I'm gonna bin this Nexus of Fate. Maybe that was wrong. I don't know. Like, we're not at a point where, like, we're ready to start Nexus of Fating is the thing. Like, you don't really want Nexus of Fate to show up until, like, you have a Planeswalker going. Like, you need mana to cast it, and you need Planeswalkers going to start snowballing advantage. Just want to like hit a land drop here if we can. Perfect. And like the scariest thing they can do to us at this point is Niv Mizzet, but like we've got the Excellence Binding lined up to like nip that in the bud. I think I'm gonna bid a negate here to flash back an insight. If I'm like not in a position that I need double negate. Wanna just like hit land drops at this point. I'm gonna bin that. Looking for planeswalkers actually. Another negate, sure. Just want to like get rid of Nicol Bolas here. They could have another counterspell here. Okay. This is good. We worked through some of their defenses here. This binding might have to get used on Nick if it flips. Oh geez, they've been to Niv Visit. If they have an untapped land here, we are so screwed. Perfect, not an untapped land. Yep, please transform. Ooh! Ooh! We found some candy, chat! This card is really good. There should be a third Excellence binding in the sideboard of this deck. I hope you weren't planning to win the game with those. Yeah, this is like a combo deck's wet dream, right? You're just like, what if we like got rid of the hate card and said you can't cast that hate card again? Ooh, they are gonna get to Eldest Reborn. Okay. They can Eldest of Reborn their threats in through. They have both their threats in their bin right now. Not if Teferi tucks it in, though. I'm not playing around a counterspell. Welcome to the Space Jam.
Sorry I'm late.
I'm just gonna let this happen. I'll tuck this next turn. I want to have a counterspell up this turn. Oh, that was wrong. I could have untapped Azcanta. I forgot these were doubled. That was a pun. So I'm like not gonna get to activate Azcanta now. Gosh, I would have gotten to activate Azcanta. We'd be so far ahead. Oh, stupid human, stupid human. Oh no. Oh no, chat, we're spewing value. I'm sorry, I spewed. Play something I need to negate. Play something I need to negate. Alright, that's fine. I get to Chemister's Insight at least. Woo! Oh, why are you trying to use my Azcanta? I'm gonna have to manually tap here. I think it's pretty unlikely that their deck plays Contempt. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one, yeah.
No time for a break.
There's a good chance we just go off here. Sure. You got me. Chemisters. Sabotage. Probably. I have negate. I'll take Chemisters. Was that a good one, chat? What do we think of that one? Was that one okay? I think that one might have been okay. So if I activate this, I can't cast. All right, let's enable full control mode and go to my end step because this card's an instant for some reason. I'm not gonna Nova enchantments, okay? I'm not gonna Nova enchantments. I got it. I understand. All right, so let's start with activating this, because if we miss, I need to tuck the Eldest Reborn. Oh no, did we miss? I think we missed. I can Chemister's Insight here. Yeah, if this Chemister's Insight hits, I can still cast Nexus this turn because Teferi untaps. All right, so we missed. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Not the end of the world. Reverse, 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 reverse. All right, gonna go ahead and pass the turn here. Two hops this time. Take it back now, y'all. Haha, bad party music from the 90s. 2000s? Early 2000s? That's like early 2000s, right? Let's do that. Let's Gift of Paradise this island. Activate this. Looking for a Nexus of Fate. Yeah, everybody clap your hands. Alright, so I can't cast this yet. If I Gift of Paradise, I will have enough to Nexus. So let's... I don't remember which one. I don't remember which one it says it was going to tap. So no, it's not going to tap the Sunpetal Grove. So let's put this on the Sunpetal Grove. And then we'll enable full control mode. I guess they could theoretically have a counterspell here, right? But even if they have a counterspell, no, I actually can't negate their counter here. So I've made a mistake here. I actually can't, I shouldn't have played the Gift of Paradise because I played the Gift of Paradise, I can't Nexus and negate here. So I could lose here because of this. I'm still gonna go for it because like YOLO, but this is definitely a mistake on my part. Like they're gonna get to dig for a counterspell here too. Like good chance that this punts the game for me. Yep. 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 Yep, that's fine. Yeah, that's true. Like we get to like untap, play Teferi, like dig again, right? Like it's really not a big deal. Is it time to Tyrant? Is it really? Is it actually?
I won't let you win.
Does Twitch chat really want me to send in the dinos? Like, we're not really playing this deck to win with Carnage Tyrant, chat, right? Is there anybody out there that's wanting me to play this deck to win with Carnage Tyrant?
I am not going to hold that thought.
You're here to watch me break their spirit by not letting them take turns, right? Not with Carnage Tyrant. Alright, I don't have anything else to do. Let's play a dino. Oh no, I have to discard a card, chat. I don't know how I'm ever gonna make up this card disadvantage. I'll have to figure something out here. Sure, you a Sorkin.
Who are you to call me? Bolus told me I should do this.
Alright, 21 cards. 3 Nexus of Fate. We get a draw step. We get a Chemister's Insight here. We get a Azcanta activation. A lot of looks here, chat. A lot of looks. All right, so let's start by activating this. If we miss on this, I'm gonna have to tuck the Reborn. Why would we miss on that? God bless. God bless us, everyone. All right, so they have 2 cards in their hand. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna enable full control mode here. You would just play the other Carnage Tyrants. Chat, you need to break their spirits, okay? Kill their planeswalkers. Make them regret their decisions. Make them wonder why they play this game. Oh my god, did I not activate Teferi? I think I forgot to activate Teferi. It's fine. I can still cast both these counter spells. It's really not a big deal. It's fine. I just wanted them to have the extra chance, chat. I'm giving them the chance, okay? $20 bits if you put 3 Carnage Tyrants into play. Damn it, Zach! Why must you know my weakness? Jim, raiding on in. Welcome to folks coming over for Jim's channel.
No time for a break.
No time for a break. Whee! Dino party time. Dino party time. Don't you dare concede, opponent. You're gonna. No! You lost me 20 cents, opponent! Way to lose. Way to lose the 20 cents. Wow, what a tilt. Alright, I'm not gonna do a full shill, but Arena might have crashed. Arena couldn't handle that many Carnage Tyrants, so it's gonna need to reload here really quick. So hold on just a second. We'll be back with more Bant Fog. I'm really happy we got to play that matchup because I feel like Niv Mizzet is one of the best things you can be doing against this Bant Fog deck. So like getting to beat the 4x Niv Mizzet deck felt really good. That miss sequence cost me 40 cents, right? GG's, Dozer. I think I want a third binding in the board. Yeah, I think I want a third binding in the board. That card's like been real good. It's probably more important than this negate, honestly. I think I'm gonna go just down a negate, up a binding. Don't care, just want memes. Sounds good, Scholar. That was the third option. The third option was no preference. Carnage Tyrant Charity Bits. What's going on, Bad Taker? Thank you for that. I appreciate it. When is Lyra good to sideboard? I honestly don't know. Is this deck stronger than 5 color? I think it is. I think this deck is actually just better than the Lich deck. We're getting a new Overwatch hero. That's exciting. It's been a while since Christy and I have played Overwatch. We should do that. We should do an Overwatch stream at some point this weekend. Maybe that could be a Saturday night thing. Played Nexus a bunch pre-rotation. If you're using Teferi to untap into Nexus, you don't need full control. Yeah, sure. Just full control is easier. Full control makes it less likely that I don't dork it up. I hurt myself. I hope you don't hurt yourself too much. Thank you for the 12-month resubscription. I would like to knight the Defender of the Realm. Go forth and protect us from Twitch chat. Thank you for your year of support. Oh, jeez. So this is no WinCon Jeskai? Looks like no WinCon Jeskai. Need another blue source here. Thanks for the great content. Thank you for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Don't they Banefarer you? Not if you take all the turns. I'm not sure if we can win this game 1. I feel like there's a good chance we're just like dead to rights here. I might just move. I'm just gonna move to the post-board game here. Yeah, only expansion explosion. They just have too many counter spells game one. You're just like never gonna be able to stick your win conditions through them. Bringing a couple excellence bindings for their Teferis is probably not terrible. I don't think that's true. That's true, Shofu. They have enough counter spells to like keep us off kilter. I'm gonna trim 2 copies of Discovery here. I think I like this configuration. I don't think this is a Lyra matchup. They could have bindings of their own, so Knight of Autumn's good there. It also kills their searches and their Azure Gateways. This is a Lyra matchup, really? Yeah, kinda Chill Wang. I think easily is overstating. I don't know, I like Discovery as a card in general. Just like hands like this are much better because of Discovery. Just to like help us at our land drop consistently. Maybe I should have Discovery done 2 there. Probably should have Discovery done 2 there. So I'm giving you a timeout because you're doing what a lot of people do, which is you're just assuming like you know my opponent's deck list. So like, unless you have my opponent's deck list sitting in front of you, please don't sit here and lecture me on what their deck list is. Hinterland Harbor seems fine here. One of the biggest mistakes you can make and like lose plenty of games. I clicked through it. That was the argument for not playing it on 2. I clicked through it. From the past, your resub notification did not pop up, but you have the icon, which means you're still sub tier. If you just resubbed, you would sometimes need to refresh your browser page to send that notification on through. Definitely just counterspelling this, because if they don't have a land drop, I want to keep them off their extra land this turn. And we're also looking for lands ourselves. This is my Teferi. Are you excited, opponent?
Keep up the pace.
Keep up the pace. I like that they gave Teferi the tagline, keep up the pace, to encourage people who play it to play faster. I feel like that's very needed.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Big dumb dino. Ah, who's a big dumb dino? Yes, you are. Who's a good little big dumb dino? Are you ready to crush, Barney? I think that's fine. I don't think I care about that.
No time for a break.
I think Teferi plus Dino plus a bunch of counterspells here probably means this game is over. Is this deck good for best of 1 modes? Yeah, I think so. You're gonna be really bad against other control decks in best of 1, but you'll be pretty well off otherwise. So I'm gonna enable full control mode here. So at end of turn, I can Nexus of Fate with Counterspell up. So in response to Teferi's trigger, I'm going to float 2 mana. Now I'm going to resolve this and untap my lands. And now they only have 1 Counterspell available to them, so we should be good to go here. Because again, this card's instant for some god-awful reason. What's our record? We've won both the matches we played with this deck. We did concede a mirror. I just didn't want to play a mirror match, so I conceded that. I'm glad we have an opponent who understands what's going on. I'm glad we have an opponent that understands what's going on. Yeah, the fog mirror is not a particularly enjoyable experience, so I saved myself and my viewers from having to experience it. Seems fine. I have no idea when things are going to get plate iron. Whenever they get to the top of the queue. The current rank system is messed up. It's basically impossible to get past like Silver 2 with the current ranking system. How often do you have to mulligan twice? I don't really have a quantifiable answer for that. There's a lot of different decisions that cause you to need to mulligan. The most important advice I can give new Magic players about mulligans is I often hear players say the words, "I had to mulligan." You didn't have to mulligan. You got to mulligan. It was a bonus that you didn't have to keep your bad hand. Roughly what time is Zombie slated for? I play each deck for about 90 minutes or so. Someone should inform our friend in chat that if I'm muted, I will have a muted icon next to my name. And this means I'm not muted. Thank you, Lord Draken. The mute icon was one of the best Hoaglandia innovations we've had in a long time. Very, very good. I did not see what you said to put that towards Beetle. I would love another negate, thank you. I'm gonna put this on Sunpetal here. This does mean I only have one counterspell up this turn, but with them going to 6 mana, only having one counterspell up this turn should be fine. Wide Eye Snap Keeps, chat. Wide Eye Snap Keeps. Standard elves. Sounds good. This standard format is probably the best Magic format that I have ever played ever. Not just standard, just like modern, standard, everything. This format is the best Magic format I've ever played. And a big part of why that is the case is because of the good balance of threats and answers in this format. There aren't Hazarets and Scarab Gods and Beaumont Couriers and Scrap Heap Scoundrels terrorizing this format. Will you play less standard if they end up ruining it? Yeah, I mean, if this is my job, but I'm better at my job if I'm having fun. So if I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, I will generally stop playing it. That's why we stopped playing Legacy, etc. So I can actually end step Nexus of Fate with negate up here because of these Gifts of Paradise. I feel like this is a really good example of why Gift of Paradise is good in these control mirrors, because getting ahead on mana is a big deal. This current standard format feels like modern without the things that make modern suck, in my opinion. It's modern without Tron. It's modern without Dredge. It's modern without Bridgevine. those decks that like leave that sour taste in your mouth, like I've been cheated out of playing Magic this match. And you're just like, oh, this is... We're about to die to a Banefire, aren't we? We're about to die to a Banefire. Okay. It's modern without fetch lands. Yep. I think without Banefire there, we're a pretty hard lock to win. I think without Banefire being a thing there, we would have been a really big favorite to win that game. The Azure Gateway, when it flips, it makes mana equal to their health total. It flips into a land that makes mana equal to their health total. I should have been paying more attention to. I probably should have been more conscious of how close they were to flipping that card. Watch most of your content on YouTube. Glad to tune in to celebrate a year. Dav, thank you for the 12 months. I appreciate that. When you are here, you'll have a mod sword now. Thanks for the 12 months of support. We're gonna play one more match here with the Bant Fog deck, and then we're gonna move on to Esper Amulet. I think this is a mulligan. And keep it on the play, and just like doesn't do enough. If they're playing a control deck, we're probably sad to mulligan that, but I think on average we're supposed to get rid of that hand. So I want to lead on Sunpetal Grove here because Island will bring both Glacial Fortress and Hinterland Harbor into play untapped. Please negate my Gift of Paradise. Thank you. How does Arena stack up to Magic Online? Arena is a Magic video game. It's a Magic video game that I've always wanted. It is quite fantastic. It's like playing Magic on 2x speed. It's quite good. Going back to playing Magic Online after playing Magic Arena is like night and day. It feels bad, to be blunt. I mean, they missed a land drop too there. They're probably a Niv Mizzet deck, so I'm going to bring in these bindings. I think Arena will replace MTGO once it starts to have older formats like Modern. Honestly, I'd be pretty surprised if they ever invested into making Modern happen on Arena. But we'll see. There's definitely a chance that, like, this application brings in enough money that they eventually backport those older formats. I'm putting my opponent on a blue-red control deck because they showed us main deck negate. I feel like the Drake's deck is less likely to have negate in their main. His hand is fine in a control mirror. Well, okay, to be fair, so like people saying it could never happen. Magic Online, when it was originally created 15 years ago, it didn't suddenly have every set in it to start. Magic Online initially had just standard legal cards in it too. There's not going to be a new extended format. So for people that don't understand what extended was a rotating format. We're not going to get a second rotating Magic format. We will almost certainly get a new non-rotating format come next fall. Yeah, I agree, Cobalt. I think there's a lot of older cards that aren't designed with the fluidity of being digital friendly in mind, and that's one of the reasons why Magic Online has so many issues, because they've like tried to bastardize their code base making those things work. I say next fall because next fall is when rotation happens. So when cards rotate on Arena, they're going to need something for people to do with their rotated cards. Alright, if they play Teferi here and don't have a 2-mana counter, we'll get to binding Teferi, which is nice. I think I'm going to Insight and try and hit a land drop here. If we Insight into a land, we can also search for Azcanta. Hey, Teacup, thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I have no idea, Zentoth. There's a lot of different directions they could take it. Yeah, I agree. I think tournaments on Arena would be a very, very good thing. This doesn't quite kill me yet, huh? Do I just, like, play Teferi? I think I just play Teferi here. Because, like, next turn I can Binding plus Negate, most likely.
Sorry I'm late.
It does stop future Drakes. If they have a second Drake here, I'm going to feel a little bit bad about what I've done. But if they don't have a second Drake right away, I think waiting half a turn is fine. Like, getting my Teferi in here is very valuable. Yeah. Standard is, if you're someone who likes to dirtle, this standard format is for you. Standard is way more friendly to dirtling than Modern ever has been or ever will be. Modern is just such a brutal, fast format.
Time for plan B.
Why would you need to maintain 3 collections if there are tournaments on Arena? Are you saying you need to maintain a Magic Online collection too? Yeah, if they don't give us anything that we need to negate here, we can just play this. Deal. If they're just tapped out here, we might just combo next turn. So if I Gift of Paradise here, it'll go on to here, and then I'll be able to use Teferi. So I can Gift of Paradise this turn and still Nexus of Fate. Love the MTGA content. You rock. Thank you, Emrakul the Anastorn.
Hold that.
I'm enjoying making the Arena content. Arena's been great. Standard's been great, and Arena's been great. So if I do this, I can still Nexus this turn. God, this is good. All right, let's full control mode this bad boy. Let's untap these two. Nope, that one can stay right there, chat. That one can stay right there.
Let's skip to the good part.
All right, so let's Chemister's Insight, ditch this extra Azcanta. I can't. Oh, I could cast Nexus first because I could cast Insight at end of turn. Yeah, I should have cast Nexus first. That's true. I forgot Insight was an instant. So yeah, I should have cast Nexus first there. Because you want as many Nexus in your deck as possible when you're trying to redraw them. We're actually not close to done here yet. Like, our deck is nowhere near small enough, and we're not seeing anywhere near enough cards per turn yet to, like, guarantee that we're going to keep going here. Yeah, like, this is, see... I probably would not concede here in my opponent's spot either. Alright, so I'm going to take the Drake out of commission here. I'm going to take the Lyra out of commission. And then I'm going to get to untap some lands and have Negate and Sabotage up here. Control Shift turns on full control mode. So, Bant Fog. We're gonna play more 5-color Lich later today. But I I really think as far as like derping around and taking all the turns goes, this deck feels a lot better. Like, I think this deck dumpsters mid-range decks like green-black while being much better against aggressive decks like mono-red and white-based aggro decks, the white weenie decks. And I think your sideboard plan for control here is similarly good to the Lich's sideboard plan. And you have a lot less, like, your mana's more clean. You don't have a lot of the issues that 5-color Lich can have, just like stumbling and fumbling. So if you're into the Lich deck and you haven't seen us play this one before, I think this deck's very reasonable. I think it's very powerful. I think it's terrible against decks like Mono Blue and decks like Pirates and those tempo decks, but I think those tempo decks kind of just destroy all of these kind of combo decks. So if you're looking to take some turns in Scion, this is a good choice for doing so.